I'm Becky Lineweber. I'm the Executive Director of the Pikes Peak Outdoor Recreation Alliance. We go by PPORA for short. You might hear a few acronyms today. That's one of them. And I want to welcome you and thank you for joining us for this very special moment in time for the Pikes Peak region. Today marks the moment when years of regional planning and collaboration move into action. It's about managing outdoor recreation, conserving natural resources, and stewarding the Pikes Peak region with intention. Today brings together a wide range of leaders and partners, starting with our elected officials. And I do want to call out two elected officials. I actually am not sure if both of them are here, but Colorado Springs Mayor Yemi Mobilati. Yemi, have you arrived? All right, Yemi is in the back there. Thank you, Yemi, for being here and present. And another mayor we have with us is Mayor Kelly Case from Woodland Park. So Kelly, I'm not sure where you ended. Oh, here she is. Okay. Thank you so much. In addition to these two wonderful people, we have a number of elected officials, and I will not name all of you. I will probably get my tongue tied. So if you would just raise your hand if you are an elected official in the Pikes Peak region, we are so grateful for your presence here. Thank you so much. Also with us today are land managers, conservation and recreation organizations, community leaders and businesses from across the Pikes Peak region, and many of you helped shape the Outdoor Pikes Peak initiative. Many of you are also partners in implementing the work that we're announcing today. I look around the room and I see a lot of friends. Thank you all for leaning in. We are grateful for your leadership and your collaboration. We are also honored to be joined by strong state leadership. The state of Colorado has been a key partner in advancing thoughtful, coordinated approaches to outdoor recreation and conservation, and today's announcement reflects that shared commitment. It is my privilege to introduce a leader who understands both the economic importance of the outdoors and the responsibility that comes with stewarding Colorado's iconic landscapes, like what we have right behind us. Pretty amazing, right? Governor Jared Polis has been a strong supporter of our outdoors across Colorado for sure. And definitely here, he has been a key advocate for our Pikes Peak region. We've had a lot of conversations. He's met with leaders, local level and beyond, to really help advocate for Pikes Peak and this region's outdoors. So it's my great pleasure in introducing to you Colorado's Governor, Jared Polis.
Thank you. Becky, thanks for all of your great work on this project, and so many coalition members who are here, and what an amazing view. Pikes Peak, America's Mountain, America the Beautiful. So much, for so long has inspired so many Americans, and of course, that includes people in our own backyard here in El Paso County, and it includes tourists from across the country, across the world, which are an important part of our economy here in El Paso County region. Thank you, Becky. We are so excited to be working with the Pikes Peak Outdoor Recreation Alliance. And again, we're joined also by Dan Gibbs and Jackie Miller. We have so many state partners. We have many different entities, but Colorado Parks and Wildlife, GOCO, are two of those, Department of Natural Resources, and of course our federal partners as well. Earlier this year, I was in Colorado Springs to help launch our Colorado Outdoor Strategy, that we laid out our approach really in a sustainable way for the entire state. And this project and the work here is very consistent with our values there. How do we improve recreational opportunities for residents to have fun, and also for the benefit of our economy, our local stores, our local restaurants, our local hotels. Pikes Peak, America's Mountain, is an iconic symbol of what Colorado is and our hopes and aspirations as Americans to climb higher. The grant we're celebrating today for the Pikes Peak Outdoor Recreation Alliance is part of that commitment that the state has to put our money where our mouth is, with support from local leaders like we have here today that are doing great work for conservation, resilience, fun, adventure-filled outdoor recreation, and economic success. These improvements directly support the Pikes Peak experience for all who visit this inspiring site. and the iconic wildlife who call it home. In Colorado, we know that by working together, we can really upgrade our own outdoor areas, have sustainable visitation now and in the future, and it requires partnerships. And it's partnerships like these that can really unlock that future for the Pikes Peak region, and of course across the state of Colorado as well. I couldn't be more excited to be here representing the state as a key partner in helping to make the Pikes Peak experience an even more amazing one. Now proud to turn it back over to Becky.
Thank you so much, Governor. We appreciate your support more than we can say and your advocacy for our outdoors here for our Pikes Peak region. And I'm so excited to be here with all of you today. You know, there have been many moments when we've pinched ourselves lately that we're here after a lot of work, 4 years of taking the Outdoor Pikes Peak Initiative and doing planning work, listening across our 3 counties to the public, to stakeholders, to land managers, leaning in on those challenges, and trying to put together this vision that we all have gotten behind. And in August, we released that vision plan. And here today, we're at that point. So give yourselves a huge round of applause for getting to this point today. What's so exciting about this is we've taken that planning and now we're moving to action. Now we're putting that intention into reality, on the ground work. And this work that we've done with collaborating with our partners, it continues. So this is a step, it's a launch pad, but it continues long into the future. The grant that we're receiving today is a 3-year grant. The overall vision for OPI is a 10-year vision. So there's a lot of work ahead of us. So this is our first step in that. And none of this would take place without partners. We have some tremendous partnerships across this region. And like I said, there are so many faces in here, I could point you all out, who have leaned into this, who have really put their money where their mouth is, such as the state here, and really spent a lot of time and move this effort forward. But we do want to take the moment to celebrate 2 key partners, and that is Great Outdoors Colorado and the Department of Natural Resources, and within that, Colorado Parks and Wildlife. They have made this commitment. 4 years ago, we started this. We were one of the first 4 regional partnerships, and they made a commitment to us, and they are fulfilling that commitment. So that this isn't just a planning effort, it's really taking action and making a difference collaboratively and moving all across the state. So we are just one of those partners. So we're super excited and grateful to both of you and the organizations that you represent. So why is this important? We know in the Pikes Peak region, really across Colorado, we have challenges in our outdoors, just like we do in our cityscapes, right? But we all need to be proactive about that and not reactive. And that doesn't happen without all of us coming together to make sure that the growth that we start to see is benefiting all of our communities, that it's benefiting individuals, but it's also benefiting the communities and the larger landscapes. I could pick out several of you in this room and I could say, why do you go outside? Share an experience of why you've been outdoors. And all of them will be a little bit different, but they will come along the lines of connection. Connection to my natural place, connection spiritually, connection to the history that goes before me, connection to the people I love to spend time outdoors with. All of those pieces are why investing in our outdoors is so important. It brings business here, it brings workforce here, it brings visitors here, as the governor mentioned, but it also helps all of us who live here, who work here, who play here. So that's why this is important. And today we're moving into just an amazing time where we're taking from the heights of Pikes Peak to the depths of the Royal Gorge a regional approach and investing and saying this is exceptional. The Pikes Peak region is exceptional and it demands exceptional investment and exceptional attention. And today we're taking that step forward to do just that. So some of you might be asking, well, so what is this project, right? what is this going to do? So I want to lean in on that a little bit, share with you some details, but I'm going to be high level. There's just a lot that goes into this. Our project partners are going to be available for news media and others to speak with to learn the real details. But high level, first of all, let's talk about trails. So a big part of this effort is focusing on Ring the Peak Trail, our existing trail segments, improving those, making it a better user experience, making it safer, protecting our watersheds at the same time. So we're leaning in on those. We also want to make sure that we're extending that trail and we're fulfilling some of those gaps. So we're working on some new trail and a new trailhead as well. And then there are parts of the trail that aren't officially recognized. And we need to make sure we go through the right steps to make sure the environment is protected and it's in the right place and the right alignment. So we're doing some of that work as well. And so that it's sustainable for the long term. Camping is another big piece. I bet a number of you enjoy spending time outdoors where you get to stay overnight. So camping is a great opportunity, and on Pikes Peak, we do have a lot of camping opportunities, but it's dispersed. So one of the things that we're really focusing in on is expanding that camping all the way down across our Gold Belt Byway too, down to Canyon City. So we're working on camping management, we're expanding campgrounds, and we're scoping out other places where camping should be developed and provide opportunities for people to stay overnight. Habitat is another core component. We'll be investing in habitat improvements for bighorn sheep, and it also benefits elk in the Dome Rock State Wildlife Area. You know, whenever you build a trail and people are coming to recreate, it does impact wildlife. So we're trying to get ahead of that and make sure that they have good sight lines for predation. And we're protecting them from disease as well by being able to spread out. It also has the added benefits of wildfire prevention when you're thinning the forest. So lots of benefits for our habitat. And finally, there's management, which really ties everything together. And two key parts of that are a part of this effort. The first, and I'm so excited about this, is we are launching a year-round, multi-jurisdictional outdoor ambassador program. This will be a 3-year pilot, and this will put boots on the ground across the landscape and really help our land managers where they need it most, and help users understand, get good information, so that they can steward and enjoy their experiences with information that they need, so that they're in great places enjoying all that we have to offer. So our ambassador program is going to be a great next step, expanding those boots on the ground for our land managers. But a second part of management, you've probably already heard about if you're paying attention, and that is ongoing work around collaborative land management along the Ring the Peak corridor, including exploring a potential recreation area and how Colorado Parks and Wildlife can support partners across jurisdiction. The 8 Pikes Peak land managers are meeting regularly and diligently working toward an agreement that could happen this year. So stay tuned to see what happens with that effort. But all of this is about taking an exceptional regional approach to caring for both the people and the places that make the Pikes Peak region so special. And this investment represents a real turning point for the Pikes Peak region, as I've said, from planning to action, from vision to implementation. And we wouldn't be here without our incredible partners who I mentioned earlier, but they've believed in this region and they've been willing to invest in its future. So it's my honor to invite up to the podium 2 people who've been instrumental in making that possible. Jackie Miller is Executive Director of Great Outdoors Colorado, and Dan Gibbs is our Executive Director of the Colorado Department of Natural Resources. They're both going to come up and say a few words before we move to the ceremonial, I've heard that's the right term, presentation of the check representing the award. And I want you all to stay tuned though. Don't leave after that. We'll have a couple of photos. But then we have our founder of PPORA who's going to come up, and that is David Lineweber, who is also a city councilman for Colorado Springs, and he's also my husband. You might have heard him shush you earlier. So he's going to come up, and then I'll have some closing remarks. All right, Dan and my friend Jackie.
Thanks so much, Becky and Governor. So great to be here with you all today to celebrate this incredible milestone, not just for the region, but for Colorado. So for folks who might need a reminder, GOCO invests up to 50% of Colorado Lottery revenue every year into statewide conservation, outdoor recreation, and stewardship projects. Together with Colorado Parks and Wildlife, GOCO is honored to have awarded $2.5 million for the Peak Exceptionalism Project and nearly $10 million to across the statewide regional partnership network to help advance projects that advance Colorado's diverse outdoor recreation and resource needs. Investments like these are core to GOCO's mission, protecting, caring for, and enhancing the outdoors in ways that deliver lasting benefits for our people, our places, and our wildlife. PPORA has leveraged their passion, their local knowledge, their trusted relationships to create a vision for what's possible in this region. And today marks an incredible leap forward in putting your ambitious plan into action. While enriching the Pikes Peak region, their efforts will also have statewide significance. Along fellow regional partnerships, their work is moving us closer to a shared vision and shared goals identified in Colorado's outdoor strategy, which we launched together right here in the Pikes Peak region in April of 2025. Developed with stakeholders across the state, the strategy includes shared objectives, guidance, and tools to help us move forward together to ensure Colorado's outdoors, people, community character, and ways of life endure for generations to come. Thanks to PPORA and the Pikes Peak community for their vision and their partnership in sustaining what makes this region and Colorado so special. We're excited to celebrate all that you've already achieved and to continue our work together in the future. So congratulations.
Great. Governor, Mayor, Colorado Springs Council members, county commissioners, key business leaders around here, thank you so much for your leadership and for being here. Jackie Miller, thank you so much for your amazing leadership. It's a pleasure to serve on your board, and it's just amazing to look at the amazing work that you do around the state of Colorado. Frank McGee, our Southeast Regional Director for Parks and Wildlife, thank you so much for all of your leadership and working from day one, working with everyone in this community. I see Jody Kennedy. Thank you, Jody, for your amazing leadership as well. Jonathan Asher back there, thank you in the governor's office for your amazing partnership and working on this. I want to recognize the Pikes Peak Outdoor Regional Alliance and Executive Director Becky Lineweber. Over the last few years, you've put a tremendous amount of work in collaborating locally with a wide range of groups. You've been the ones identifying the specific ways that the state can actually show up and work alongside federal and state and local, all the land managers that are involved. It's because of that local grassroots leadership that we're able to be here to announce this investment. Through the regional partnership program, we're putting money towards the things that people care about, like more collaboration with recreational management and like better facilities. We're also making sure that wildlife habitat restoration and state lands are a priority and not an afterthought. To back that up with a GOCO investment, the governor's budget this year, even with a really challenging budget this year, includes hiring a minimum of 3 full-time folks from Parks and Wildlife. They're going to be the boots on the ground to help work with Pikes Peak Outdoor Recreation Area and help manage the growing demand we're seeing out there, and continuing to build the already great relationship that we have with U.S. Forest Service, the City of Colorado Springs, and the counties that are here as well. These investments, combined with the thousands of hours that the Pikes Peak Outdoor Alliance partners have already put in, really serve as a model for how we can effectively implement our Colorado's outdoor strategy. It shows that we can meet our recreation and conservation goals at the same time, that we can coexist together. I'm really looking forward to coming back here, enjoying some of the trails. I can't wait to bring my family to hike and enjoy the picnic spots and expanded camping opportunities. And I have to tell you, it was so hard looking at all of you because I was so distracted by these amazing views in back of us. So we're just really excited to be here to partner with you in this community, and thank you so much for your leadership on this. Thanks.
Are we doing questions? Oh, we're doing questions?
Not yet. Okay, folks, so we're going to do the check. We've got 2 photos, so all of our project partners who have a card, if you're the one person representing your organization, come on up. And we're going to do this as quickly as we can.
Not the end of the world. We're fine.
Listen in the background.
If you have a card. Are we all squeezing in? Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
As much as we can.
You're all right.
Okay. All right, ready, folks?
We're going to look that way.
Right over this way.
Fall over the rim.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Yep. Okay. Now you guys stay, and now PPRA staff is going to come up real quick.
We out.
Okay, ready, folks? All right, 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
All right.
All right. Wasn't that exciting? I want to begin by thanking Governor Polis for his leadership and advocacy for the Pikes Peak region. His commitment to outdoor recreation, conservation, and collaborative land management has made a real difference here, particularly his work to strengthen partnerships with the Forest Service and other agencies at the federal level. I'm not sure we would be talking today without some of that leadership. This is really going to expand access and opportunities around America's Mountain, Pikes Peak. And the leadership, that leadership truly matters. Today's announcement is incredibly exciting. I can't tell you. I started the organization 12 years ago, and to see where it's come from is just great. And this is really exciting for our whole region. It reflects not only the extraordinary outdoor assets that we steward, but also the collaboration we built and the growing national recognition of the Pikes Peak region as a premier outdoor designation. And with that recognition comes responsibility. That responsibility to manage this opportunity well and to fulfill or fully leverage this moment to advance our shared priorities. As the founder of PPRA, I have the privilege of watching the organization grow alongside this region, bringing partners together and helping move outdoor priorities forward in a meaningful way. Today marks the beginning of an exciting new chapter where years of planning are becoming action. And our local leadership and community partners have truly stepped up. In particular, I want to recognize Colorado Springs City Council members Lynette Crow-Iverson and Brian Risley for their leadership and enthusiasm. This past year, Lynette came back from a trip to Bentonville, Arkansas with nothing less than a revival experience. Now, Bentonville is where Walmart's located, and you need to look into it, okay? Bentonville, she witnessed that by making intentional investments in outdoor recreation, Bentonville transformed itself into a powerful engine for business growth, workforce recruitment, attracting entrepreneurs, remote workers, and major employers. That same strategy elevated Bentonville onto the global stage as an internationally recognized destination for world-class trail systems and outdoor innovation. That trip sparked a unique fundraising challenge between her and Brian. Brian Risley. And in a few weeks, they ended up raising more than $250,000 for PPRA. I also want to thank the many community partners who answered that call. This is our opportunity to tell the governor locally, we're in. Your belief and investment are helping create the moment we need to move confidently into the next phase. Because of that leadership and support, PPRA is now positioned to strengthen our executive team and prepare for the next decade of impact. With that, I'd like to invite Becky back up for a very important announcement.
As David mentioned, I have to lean it down for Becky. As David mentioned, we're excited to expand our leadership team. I'm pleased to introduce Nick Reagan as PPRA's new Director of Strategic Advancement. Nick, come on up here. Yep. I'm excited to welcome Nick to the team, joining myself, Kristen, and Connor. Don't know where Connor went off. There he is in the back. To really help us take this next step. It's going to take a lot. David mentioned responsibility. It's something we don't take lightly. And so we want to make sure that we do this right. Nick brings strategic thinking, visionary leadership, and he's just a proven leader in this area, in this region, and loves our outdoors. So we're excited to have him join the team. You'll probably be hearing more from him as days continue. He is the former owner of the championship-winning Switchbacks FC. So if he was familiar, but you're like, I don't know where, that's it. And now we are well positioned to lead confidently and step boldly into this next chapter. So before we close, I want to take a moment to thank the many people who made today possible. Thank you, Governor Polis, for your continued support and advocacy for our shared vision, and for helping elevate the Pikes Peak region as a model for thoughtful outdoor recreation and conservation. Thank you to GOCO and the Colorado Department of Natural Resources, including Colorado Parks and Wildlife, for your continued partnership and investment in PPRA as a regional leader. Thank you to our planning and implementation partners, many of whom are here today, for staying at the table, working through challenges, and aligning around shared values and priorities. And folks, that took a lot. That's a lot of hours they spent. So very much appreciated that they've stuck with us. As we wrap up, thank you for our community leaders, supporters, and philanthropic partners for believing in this work and trusting PPRA to help lead the region forward. As we wrap up, I want to note that project partners and regional leaders are gathered just to my left. But before we open that up for you to come up and interview them, Governor Polis would like to open it up, I think, to some questions. But if we could have our individual representatives of the projects come up and be ready. They have cards, some of them, showing which part they're a part of, so that the media knows who to ask for what. All right, Governor, take it away.
This is great. I think we're just opening up to questions. Yeah, go ahead.
Hopelessly softball question, okay? But when you set in motion the regional partnership initiative, this is the kind of thing you had in mind.
Yeah.
Could you talk a little bit about that and how it may reflect itself across the rest of the state?
Yeah, frankly, when we set up the regional partnerships, we really had this kind of collaboration in mind. This is in many ways the highest profile successful outcome of that work. There's a lot of great work being done across the state, many areas that are known to locals, some visitors, but none have the significance in the United States of America or in the entire state of Colorado as Pikes Peak. And it's really exciting to work with the Pikes Peak region to help make this a reality.
Can you talk to us how this is going to benefit the state and charge the lead for the other ones?
Yeah, first of all, it benefits residents, the Pikes Peak region, across the state, people who like to recreate on the mountain, camp and bike and hike, first and foremost. Second of all, of course, there's a lot of jobs in the Colorado Springs metro area that really rely on people coming here, and there's a lot of great experiences from the Olympic Museum to the Switchbacks to, of course, Pikes Peak, and really making that able to sustain better visitation. When we say visitation, of course, it's got to be sustainable, right? So a lot of this in from the campgrounds, a lot about it is that cleaning that up, making it accessible, making it open, and how can we more successfully accommodate people.
Yep. You've talked about it before. This broader concept of CPW managing recreation around Pikes Peak. What do you see as the importance and/or potential of that?
So we're a state where the federal government owns more than a third of our state, and we love our public lands, but they are very hands-off and have very little ability to work with locals dynamically and quickly to do things. Things take a long time going through Washington. So really, by having this kind of collaboration, we want to be able to provide more active management to meet the local community needs through Colorado Parks and Wildlife, which of course already manages our 42 state parks, our wildlife areas. This is very much the core work that Colorado Parks and Wildlife does.
Yeah, how do you think that this grant and this money will kind of help connect everything from the Pikes Peak region, from the gambling in Cripple Creek to Canyon City Rural Boards?
Yeah.
How will the money help kind of incorporate everything that there is to do and then add to it?
Yeah, and I saw my friend Dan Williams from Teller County's here, so good to have you. Obviously, when we're talking about marketing the tourism experience, it's a regional experience, and we want families from across the country, the world, to spend a week here, right? It may be Denver for a couple days, Colorado Springs, it may be Royal Gorge, it may be Teller County. I mean, how do they plan that special Colorado trip for themselves and their family? And of course, that's also something that our local residents love to take advantage of. So it really is both a synergy between what's fun for Coloradans and what can also help attract business and investment from other places. Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. All right, folks, you might have some additional questions. We're going to be available for that, so come on up and ask. But thank you, everybody, for being here on a bright, sunny, beautiful day to celebrate peak exceptionalism. We appreciate you all. Thank you.